I didn't know it was because of my ADHD. Okay, let me talk about this. Many of you know I said that I started this channel a while ago because I discovered I had ADHD after 70, and that was just such an odd thing. How did people do that? How did I get by without knowing this all that time? Well, I didn't get by. It caused other things that I'm finding out now, that I'm discovering now, that were difficulties in my life because they caused me to think about myself in a different way, which might have happened for you, especially if you don't know. When you don't know that you have ADHD and you're doing things that are not working out or making mistakes, and you think there's something wrong with you. And so then what happens is you start to program yourself into continually making mistakes, because you obviously, there's something wrong. You're a bad person. You maybe can't think. You can't remember things. So obviously something is wrong with you. And so now when you understand that your brain chemistry are going to start really reprogramming that, your neurotransmitters are going to say, yes, that's the information. Let's just keep putting that in there. And that's what goes on. So what happened for me, I was in, I think it was about 2012, I believe. Many of you might know that I meditate and I channel my spirit guide, and I do all kinds of other things, which seem so weird to so many other people, except it was the thing that actually got me through. This is the thing that got me to move through a great deal of my life without knowing that I had ADHD. See, because I'm coaching people. When I'm coaching you, I'm giving you things that help you to manage, because I had to develop them, not knowing that I had ADHD. But in 2012, actually, I was doing my meditating and writing. I do that all the time, and I was approached by an author, a publisher's agent, basically, and there was a writer's agent, and who was a agent for a good friend of mine. Anyway, they said, your stuff is brilliant. We want to really get it published. And so I want to do a presentation. I want to take it to these big companies. I think one was Simon & Schuster, and another large one as well. I can't remember all of them, but I'm excited. And then they kept sending me messages. When I would send, they would read what I would put out every day, because there were always messages that I would put out, that I would receive and put out. And they would say, Roger, you're making too many mistakes. You missed this word. You didn't see this, and you did that, and you turned that one around. And I go, I thought I saw it. I thought I looked at it. I don't know why that's happening. And this would go on repeatedly. And I started even trying to be more careful. And then a friend of mine said, okay, she gave me an idea. She goes, okay, what you do before you put it out there, just read every word so you can see what's there. You'll know. And even when I did that, I would miss certain things. It took a while. I would still miss certain things. So then they stopped talking to me. That deal went away. They said, we're not publishing you. We can't do this. We can't have someone always, correcting everything that you might send in. So you're not going to be published. Now, I didn't know what had happened. I did not know why they stopped talking to me until I recently went back and looked at the time that this was occurring in my life. And I could see that I was just all over the place. I had no idea. And I go back and I look at some of the messages now that I've written, because they weren't corrected. I can see the errors that were there that I could not see before that. So anyway, the moral of the story is this. You have to understand that if you've had ADHD for a while, or especially if you haven't known it, you may have formed ideas about yourself that were limiting, that were telling you lies, that were telling you weren't smart, that you didn't have certain abilities or skills, and that was never true. It was just your ADHD that was in the way. Now, I can say also that even though I didn't know before that, it did force me, my intuitive side, forced me to find ways of working with it and giving things to others that would help them move through this as well. And so whenever these things come up, I'm going to come and give you guys a little talk about it, because it's just great to think about these things and to see how you might have been programming yourself. The thing that I'm doing now, I have a program that I have my clients in. It's called 4 Weeks to Your Best Life, and it's about really using our brain science, chemistry to reprogram who we are. to think differently, because it's about consistency. It's about doing it every single day. So that's been really wonderful, and I'm thrilled that people have come into that. There's a link there. You can check it out and see it for yourself. Also, I have another channeling session. I love doing this because we have to break down our restrictions of who we are. Some people have spiritual beliefs, some people have religious beliefs and New Age or whatever you call it, but we each have something. And mine has been the spiritual side that has allowed me to access information that gives it to others. So I'm very pleased with it. So this next Tuesday on the 21st, I'm going to do another session because we're changing in our world, and these changes are going to affect you. And it would be best for you to start to put together and look at what you want to see for yourself, for your life, moving forward into the next year, and how you want the world to look. It'll be a perfect time for you to start to implant that. It's called our winter solstice, but it has much more meaning than that. Anyway, I hope this helps you guys, and please subscribe here if you haven't done that. Share it with others, and come to the event. The one on the 21st, completely free, and you don't have to be there in person even. You can just register and you'll receive the replay. All right, guys.